Welcome to Information Security Compliance, everything you didn't know that you needed to know to have a successful program. So what are we going to be learning in this course? In this course, I plan to focus on building a security-first program. First, we're going to discuss a bird's eye view of how you put together a compliance team, identify your scope, write policies, and assign responsibilities. From there, we'll move on to network security, where we talk about segmenting networks, setting firewalls, and managing access control lists. Endpoint security is the next stop, and we're going to be talking about creating an asset inventory, managing what's called ephemeral devices, which are things like virtual machines, and then establishing BYOD policies. As we move on, we're going to discuss patch management, scanning for vulnerabilities, managing remote devices, and establishing and enforcing policies. After that, we move on to encryption. Encryption includes discussing data at rest, data in transit, and cryptographic strength to meet compliance requirements. As the perimeter shifts, identity governance and administration becomes more important. So we're going to spend some time discussing authentication and authorization, setting access policies according to the principle of least privilege, and how to manage privileged access, including things like admin accounts and digital identities. Finally, no compliance discussion would be complete if we didn't talk about how you get the audit right. To meet compliance requirements, you need to ensure that you're continuously documenting all of your activities and proving that you're doing what you say you're doing. So we're going to talk about log management, senior leadership and board of directors reporting, and the audit process. So what are the learning objectives? Fundamentally, we want to make sure that we learn the basic security controls needed. We need to understand there's a difference between compliance, which is a baseline minimum, and security, which is what protects assets. We're going to talk about how we get started with a security-first approach to compliance. And then, hopefully, you'll discover that compliance doesn't have to be boring, because no one learns anything if they're bored. So with all of that said, let's get started and let's dig into information security compliance, everything you didn't know that you needed to know.